I often think to myself what the strongest punch in anime is. We're often distracted by the glitz and glamour of action animation from focusing on things like fight choreography, character designs, and subtle background details. We're always waiting for the final attack that ends the entire battle, or the moment when a character who is backed into a corner is saved at the last minute, or when there's an outcry that can change the momentum of battle. We also sit at the edge of our seats when we start to anticipate characters building up to their final attack that's often paired by their catchphrase or the name of the attack, or their painful scream of anguish as they release it into the world. For me, my focus on defining moments in anime are linked to a moment when a character simply punches someone with all their might. A punch can signify the strength in which that character has achieved through endless years of training, or maybe to knock sense into their opponent. The strength of a punch can have mountains of sorrow or pain behind it, sending a strike that can portray the thoughts and feelings of one or all of the characters at once. Whether those thoughts range from proving your own significance to the world, or to pull attention to everyone around you to look at you at this very moment, a punch itself can be executed by any character in anime. Yet we're so fixated on things like superpowers, fighting styles, weapons with magical enchantments, and the sheer versatility of the mind when it comes to strategy. But a firm punch thrown with conviction that can shake the entire universe can summarize the entire journey our characters have endured so far. And that same punch doesn't need to be as bombastic or destructive as the ones we've seen from One Punch Man. So today, I'm gonna go over some of my favorite punches in anime that still give me chills to this day. Let's get started. Luffy vs. Bellamy. As the Straw Hat crew arrived in Mocktown, Bellamy and his crew welcomed them fully with insults and jeers that were making fun of the Straw Hat crew for believing in a folktale known as the One Piece. He egged them on, saying that the dreams of pirates don't matter anymore, and obviously, in their generation, all they care about are things like power and riches. Surprisingly, Luffy held in his anger and told Zoro to stand down, not to fight anyone in the bar on that day. That moment right there was almost as if Luffy was saying that he's not gonna waste his strength on beating sense into these pirates that know nothing of his own dream. Fast forwarding to when Luffy goes back to the crew to reclaim what was stolen from his newly made friends, Bellamy begins to unleash a beating on Luffy that was pretty much unmatched at the time. Luffy, still holding true to his values, refusing to fight someone who doesn't understand his dream of becoming the king of the pirates. At this moment, Luffy accepted Bellamy's challenge, and with one swift of his fist left an imprint that slammed into Bellamy's head and also ricocheted him off the hard floor. This punch almost represented all pirates in a weird way. Any pirates that were most likely going to be against Luffy in the near future were most likely going to be going after One Piece. I can't imagine Bellamy going up to any of the Yonko and telling them that the One Piece wasn't real at all. This punch didn't rely on devil fruit, and it didn't rely on haki, which makes this feat so much more amazing. With Luffy's own strength that he was born with, he was able to crush Bellamy in one punch. Luffy could have continued to crush Bellamy right after that. He could have fought everyone that spat on his dream to become king of the pirates, but he didn't. He not only struck Bellamy down, he struck fear into all of Bellamy's crew. One Piece has a lot of great moments like this, but this one to me stands out to be very gritty and satisfying, and it can easily cement new watchers into becoming One Piece fans for life. Ippo vs. Sendo. In the title match of Ippo vs. Sendo, both boxers that are known for their heavy punches, and naturally a lot of strong punches are thrown in a series that is about boxing. And with the final move in the series that is so hyped that it is backed by the sound effect of jet engines, it's easy to assume Ippo's signature Dempsey roll is the strongest punch combo that Ippo dishes out. But I truly believe Ippo's liver blow is his strongest punch for a variety of reasons. In boxing, a common tactic is your standard low to high combo. Strike the body, then when your opponent's arms crumble in pain, you hit them upstairs. This combination is done flawlessly in history by various heavy hitters, especially Mike Tyson, which is one of the mirrors to Ippo's fighting style. Technically, Ippo's first punch that he added to his toolkit was his uppercut, but I personally think his liver blow was the first punch he truly mastered, since that's what won him his fight against Mashiba in the Rookie King tournament. Although during that fight, they didn't necessarily call that a liver blow since he was making contact with Mashiba's elbow. My point is that Ippo's liver blow symbolizes the beginning and advancement in Ippo's career as a boxer. It's the beginning of his final combo. It's the beginning of him taking down his opponents. It's what creates the opening for him to finish them off. Hell, it's the punch that ushers in the opening theme of the anime in that final round. The explosion you hear after the deafening silence that's broken by Ippo's roar. This punch is the mark of true growth and strength that Ippo has been chasing for so long, and still understandably questions it later on in the series. This basic punch has no frills, no special technique, and is far from Ippo's trump card in my opinion. The true strength in this punch is its simplicity and perfect execution that leads to one of the most hype climaxes in all of Ippo. Hisoka vs. Gon. When you have an opponent who is leagues above you, it almost feels hopeless when you can't even land a single blow. With all your efforts, talents, skills, and intuition going into every attack and only to yield 0 damage, it's frustrating, honestly, and it doesn't help when your opponent is straight clowning on you. Brute strength is the last thing you want to rely on. This moment in Hunter x Hunter was an amazing way to portray the sheer tenacity that Gon Freaks has had in him. I can only imagine what Gon was thinking during this fight. I may be small, he may have more experience than me, and he may be in a setting to where he could just toy with me all he wants. But I might never get this chance again, so I'm going to use everything in my power to land a clean strike. And damn it, when I do, it's gonna feel amazing. A punch right here that pretty much said, you better take me seriously, I could get on your level here. Monster Musume. Love can make you do crazy things. Anger can make you say or do things that you don't mean. Now love and anger, well, that's a recipe for something else. Monster Musume is obviously not an action anime, but to have a moment where the main character socks a straight up a-hole who is making fun of his future love interest is a satisfaction on its own level. And how many times have we seen this in anime? Someone in anime who is just the biggest sack of garbage, someone who just screams negativity, a character that just incites hatred every time they show their face on the screen. Seeing that character get leveled in a way where they know damn well they messed up, it's a feeling I'm sure all of you love to no end. The main character doesn't even have a background in fighting, and with near perfect form, punches this dude so hard the guy leaves his soul and his dignity behind. Seeing violence and action in an ecchi comedy series is always a treat, but the way this scene is done was great. Animators were probably having a ball drawing this one out. This dude went flying, and oh, by the way, take your fugly non-monster girl back with you. This is how a man takes care of business with his fists. Ladies and gentlemen, this punch was an experience from the show that I'll never forget. Thank you guys for watching this video. I know this is a little different than what I've been putting out so far, and I want to put out more videos like this. So let me know if you have any suggestions for any future ideas that I should look over. And make sure you like, favorite, subscribe, check me out on twitch.tv/atonofbacon, and very, very special thanks to Colonel Panic for editing this video. I'm very grateful, and he's very talented. Check out his channel, check out the Nutcast, check his streams out, support him, whatever you gotta do. Thank you so much, Panic. I'll see you guys in the next one. Be safe out there and stay gold.